Welcome, welcome. I'm Andrew with Coastal Compass, and today we're looking at the lead leak audit checklist. Self audit, something you can do on your own, but I'm going to run you through the checklist, clarify each term, and talk a little bit more about how you can benefit from it. So this is going to work for everybody in the trades, whether you're an inspector, a plumber, an electrician, you're looking to branch out on your own, you've already been kind of successful, and you're looking to take it to the next step. We're going to show you how today. Here it is, grab a screenshot, or you can grab the PDF in the description below. It's going to be calm, casual, easy today, live stream style. I got my coffee. Coraline might be popping in and out for some cameos. No big deal, right? I'm going to show you guys kind of how it's done. And if you want to learn more, stick around and you'll see my setup at the end so you can maybe try something like this for your company. So right off the bat here, let me just tell you a little bit more about who we are and why you should even listen to us. So I'm Andrew. I'm a sales executive for Coastal Compass. And what we do at Coastal Compass is help small businesses jump in feet first into marketing and really capitalize on today's digital world in a new way without too much tech jargon, too much time, too much stress, right? We offer retention services, and we basically realized pretty quickly we couldn't reach everyone we wanted to with that. And so we offer this course that you can learn it yourself, jump in, maybe get to the next level. Maybe you're going to be happy there, and that's where you're going to be. But ironically enough, about 40% of our graduates come back within a year looking for the next level of service, those retention services. And so they basically have just exploded themselves after graduating from the course. And that's what we love to see. So our success is your success. That's the whole model that we're working off of. If you just watch some of my free videos, improve a little bit, and learn for free, that's great. We love that. We want to see that. If you guys come on, do the full course, and you get to the next level on your own and learn how to flesh out marketing on yourself, great too. That's a win-win for us as well. And then if it goes all the way to you're blowing up like Amazon and you really need us to come back in and take over, that is the ultimate level of success that I can offer you. And so that is what you're looking at. There's no tricks, there's no gimmicks. You can watch these videos, you can learn for free, you can get the emails, however you want to participate, you can lurk in the shadows and get the benefits from Coastal Compass, from guys like me, and you can learn the process as we go. So that being said, let's jump right into the lead leak audit checklist. Right. So is there a bold call to action on every page? A call to action can be as simple as the old like and subscribe, right? And it can be as bold and powerful as buy now, get a quote, schedule a time, right? So that's all we mean when we say call to action. If you're unfamiliar, let's take a look at a couple examples from some of my favorite local companies. So we got ZGL, great website. Now, if you scroll down, you got Contact Us. That's a call to action. And you got Request a Quote today, right? Let's jump on over to Han Plumbing, another one of my favorite local companies. Get an estimate. Boom. Right there. Contact Us. Same deal. So you definitely want to make sure you have that on every page, right? I'm sure. Let's just try it out. Let's see About Us. See, it stays at the top on their bar there, so they've done a great job. No matter what, you can fulfill that call to action, right? While we're here, let's take a look at the next one. So when you get an estimate or contact them, you're going to get a follow-up email right away or text message sometimes, depending on how you have things set up. What I do is I go ahead and just do a follow-up email, and I can show you guys how to set that up for free in Beacons if you'd like. We'll do a video on that next maybe. So then after the email, we're looking at, does your phone number on mobile click through and call? And I'm on the web view right now, but it still works on here for these guys, which is great. If I try to click this, it's going to try to open FaceTime and make a phone call to these guys. All right, let's grab the mobile view. I'm going to go ahead and click the phone number. Boom. See how that call pops up? Same deal over here. Boom. If I click the phone number, it's going to try to activate a phone call. And that's going to go for just about anywhere you see the phone number on the page, right? So we have it again here. Boom. Activating a phone call. Similar with the address, it's going to try to open it in Maps. Back to our checklist here. That's our first three and our contact funnel health knocked out. Just make sure you got those call to actions. Are you sending a confirmation email? I can help you set that up. Is your phone number click to call? Easy. Let's jump on down to the next thing. Does your home page load in under 3 seconds? Now that's a big one. When you're looking at speed and load times, you're always going to have to balance that quality with how fast people are able to access the information. Your 4K Ultra HD video at the top of the screen is unlikely to load fast enough for the majority of customers to enjoy. Lead them to it a different way. These ones are going to be a little unfair because I have already visited these sites, but let's go to a new page. 1, 2, 3, very good. You basically want to make sure that they can get to your page whether or not they're on the side of a mountain, in a rural area, on a phone, on mobile. Okay, and let's jump back over to my page to take a look here about what I mean on a couple of these other things. So, when we're looking to say that your headline is visible and your call to action is visible before any scrolling takes place, right? So we have some down here, but here is the headline, right? I can help you chart your growth course and navigate to more leads and sales. We have a couple of call to actions visible before you go anywhere. And we should see the same over here, right? The contact us is always visible. Let's jump to the home page. Not having to scroll anywhere. Sure, there's plenty more to see, but if you just are here and you know what you want, you can get it right away. Get in touch right away. Beautiful. You're just going to want to do a sanity check on everything. Images that don't block your pinch, zoom, or buttons. So let's take a look again at my page. Now, when people zoom in, do things start to overlap? Do things get funky? Does it look different on Android? Does it look different on Safari? So you can have some friends test people with different devices. People are most likely going to be looking at mobile. You're going to see over time that mobile is definitely the preferred way, but you just want to make sure that if you have embedded things like this YouTube video, that now when somebody has a zoomed in view maybe, that it doesn't overlink your free compass check, right? So those are a few things to look for. But I would just do a sanity check a few times. Even when you think you have it right, go back through, click on all your links. Maybe you changed something and forgot to change it on your main page or at the bottom of your email, right? So if somebody wants to go to my YouTube, I want to make sure they can jump right through to YouTube. Next one, we're looking at your reviews and your certifications. We're going to kind of cover two different approaches right here. So ZGL has this great photographer who takes all these amazing photos, and they have all these clients who are more than willing to let them do so, but you might not be there yet. So this is sort of aspirational when you get to the portfolio level, right? This work speaks for itself. I mean, these are reviews. A picture's worth 1,000 words, right? So we're just taking a quick peek here. But yeah, so that's one way to do it, and that's really aspirational. This is kind of what a lot of you should be building towards, whether you're in beauty, whether you're in construction, whether you're, selling books, right? There's a way to approach this. But then there's a more of a, let's say you only have 5 reviews right now. You have 5-star reviews that you want to showcase. Boom, Han's done a great job of saying, hey, we got some great reviews. We're ranked really well among our clients. Right here, this is what we mean when we say have your certifications, partnerships. They care about the community. They're great with the BBB, and they got, some of their local certifications as well as their national stuff going here, which is great. And then, again, the portfolio with the gallery. I know they have it on here. Here it is. Boom. 5-star reviews right there on the page. And if you're new and you don't have the portfolio and you don't have a ton of photos quite yet, or maybe you don't feel comfortable, maybe it doesn't lend itself well to your service, get this at the top of your page, right? Get this being the first thing they see. Maybe you're still working on some of those certifications. Maybe you only have the base level. Get that one up there so that people know. But the reviews are going to really drive it home. This is the trust signal people are looking for. Whether you have a mile-long list of certifications or just one recommendation from your Aunt Edna, you're going to want to put it up. This is your social proof, the evidence that real people trust you and want to work with you. It's pretty easy to establish, at least a little bit, And as you grow, you're going to want to keep collecting those points. Testimonials, even just a quick couple blurbs from a pleased customer can go a long way with establishing that credibility anchor. I have one last trust signal, which is the lock icon present. And that is a little more technical, so let me show you what we mean by that. Again, if we go here, it's going to show you that the connection is secure. Your information, credit card numbers, passwords is private when sent to this site. If something's wrong with that and your certificate's invalid, it's definitely going to send some red flags. People aren't even going to want to be on your website, let alone book with you. If we hop over to Han, same deal, connection is secure. And let's just double check here. Even beacons, connection is secure. So when people want to know if they're buying from you directly and if they're going to have to put payment information into your website, that's going to be good and that you have valid certificates. If you need help with that, it's an advanced topic. We'll probably jump into that in another video, and I can help you figure out your web hosting. Again, Beacons is kind of that comprehensive all-in-one solution. So if you're not sure and you're just getting started, just hop over to beacons.ai and make a free account for now. Okay, we've been moving fast here, so before we get too far ahead, when we're looking at industry badges or certifications above the fold, right? What does that mean? It's very similar to what we're looking at mobile when we want our headline and call to action visible before you start scrolling, right? It's think of it like a newspaper. It's what you see on that front page, that headline before you flip it over, open any pages. You want it to have the most pertinent and clear information right there visible. Some people never scroll, right, when they land on your page. So that's your hook, that's your capture point. That's where you need to display your trust signals, have your speed, and make sure they can get through that funnel, right? Lastly, HTTPS lock, right? So the S stands for security. You're going to want to think of this as a little lock on your door for customers. When they see that little padlock, they're going to feel a lot more safe. Studies show that about half of all users will just leave a website if it says not secure. So that lock alone is going to lift your conversion rates. That goes with search engine optimization, right? SEO. Google announced way back in 2014 that any site that has the HTTPS lock icon is going to outperform those that do not because it's a positive ranking signal. Higher rank means more clicks, more leads. You get the point. And it's really easy to set up. If you're hosting through like GoDaddy or some of these other popular hosting sites, even on Beacons, and you're having problems with your HTTPS certificates, let me know. We'll get that set up and going for you. Now, automation can be stressful. I get it. A lot of the tools are brand new, and some of them have their kinks and quirks to work out. So, use the 5-minute rule. No matter what, just try to set up a couple simple automations that get a reply of some kind within 5 minutes anytime somebody reaches out to you. And the proof is in the pudding. Statistics show a 10 times increase in conversion rates if contact is made within that first 5-minute period. All right, it's 2025, and if you aren't doing follow-up automation, I don't know what to tell you. There's a few ways to do this, right? Some of you are just going to be getting started. Some of you are probably already using the tools you need and can just take it up a notch. So we got your instant thank you email, right? If they're booking with you, even requesting quote, you want to send them something that just lets them know that their request got through to you. It can be that simple, right? It doesn't have to be like a 3-page email. It doesn't have to be drawing your kid made for them. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, right? It can just be a simple acknowledgement and your contact information if they need to adjust or change anything. And hey, we're here. We heard you. SMS, that's text message, right? Goes out within 5 minutes of a new lead. And it doesn't have to be a text. It can be a DM or an email as well. And there's a few different ways to do this. The best way to do it is to set it up so that they get to pick, right? They get to pick their preferred contact method, put in the information they feel comfortable sharing at that time, and then they're going to get a very kind of generic, almost automated message from you. You can customize this. You can go deep with it depending on how deep you want to go. So that if let's say they request a specific service, you can send them a text or an email that's specific to the service they requested. It can be more of a general thing like, hey, again, kind of like the form submission. We heard you. We got you. We missed you right now. We're going to be reaching out shortly, kind of a deal, right? And you want to have the same thing for a missed phone call, right? Whatever your business line is, if you miss it, either you want to have that really strong voicemail, but not everybody even sticks around for the voicemail, right? So you can actually set it up these days to trigger an automatic text message reply like, hey, we missed your call. We understand that you were trying to get through to us. Give us a little bit and we're going to reach right back out to you at this number. Now, how do you do that, right? Because a lot of people are like, oh, great. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. So there's a few different ways. If we look at beacons, right? This is what I use. It's very good for beginners. It's very intuitive and it's free to get started, right? So there's a few ways. You can use Smart Reply. So that is an option on a lot of different platforms where they'll automatically reply to your socials, right? So that's one way to do it. And you got your email automations that we kind of covered a little bit before, so that you can set it up in different ways on beacons. Let's say they buy a particular product, it'll send them a particular email. Let's say they just sign up for the email list, you can send them a particular email or series of emails, right? So that's one way to do it. A couple other ways, if you're already using the GoDaddy website tools, I've had great luck in the past with conversations. It works really well. This is going to send, let's say somebody goes to the chat bot on your website and asks a question, you're going to see right away so that you can kind of answer that at any time. It also lets you set up some great auto replies via text message or email, and this will let the customer kind of choose their preferred contact method. And if you're already using GoDaddy, this is something you can integrate into your site right away very easily. Another kind of comprehensive option I've used in the past that I really like is Jobber. Here you can do the same thing. If they hit your chat bot on your Jobber page or on your website, you can link your Jobber chat to your main website, whether that's GoDaddy or if you have an in-house web expert already. And so it'll let those quotes go straight through to you if you want to do your invoicing in the field, if you want to do your estimating in the field. All that sort of stuff's pretty easy on Jobber is what I like about it. And they have that great automation system if you want to set up email replies on certain time lengths to certain if you want to just do a blast to your past customers and get them back in the pipeline and get people thinking. So there's a few tools. I mean, there's honestly an unlimited list that you could use of different automation tools that will get you across that finish line, and we'll deep dive into more of those. If you're using a particular tool and you're struggling, reach out to me. I'll see what I can do. I'm pretty familiar with a bunch of different things, from Copper to Salesforce to QuickBooks. So once you've learned kind of the industry standards, everything else kind of starts to fall in place, and I think you'll feel the same way as we get going on these automations. Alrighty, last but not least, we got our Google Business Profile. Still important these days. A lot of things are shifting around. A lot of people are using, your AIs to search for things, but those AIs, those language models are still gathering a lot of their data from classic Google and the classic web crawling. So you're going to want to keep this tight and keep these going well into the future for the time being. Maybe next year we'll have a ChatGPT business profile section as well. But for now, if you get your info on here, it's going to get propagated out properly. So when you're looking at your Google Business Profile, all right, let's pop on over to it. It's pretty easy. You can claim your page if a lot of times it'll already exist from a Maps page if you have a physical location for your business. If not, you can start a new page here on your on the Google Business Profile. Just search it right up on Google. Should be your first result. And let's take a look at some examples. So I scrolled past the sponsored results, and you got your very first one, Palmershire Window Cleaning. Looks like they've definitely claimed their page. They got over 1,000 reviews, which is amazing, incredible, really nice. And you got, basically it breaks down into 3 things. I call it the NAP, right? NAP consistency. That's your name, your address, and your phone number. You're going to want to come through every 30 days and just make sure it's right. Make sure everything's good. Hours are great to have too, but those are the three things. You want this to match everything else, your website, your any listings you're listed anywhere else, Yelp, those sort of things. You want to make sure the name, address, and phone number are matched so that you have consistency across these different platforms, right? So look at a couple more examples here of people who have claimed their page, and just they have the basics there. Pop back over. So the last thing you want to have is a recent post, some sort of photo. Google will put the photos you have uploaded, they'll display those first. So even if you have other review photos, or maybe a customer took a photo that isn't your favorite, or it's just kind of a bad lighting deal, something like that, your photos will usually display first. And so you can kind of control that narrative there and put your best foot forward, put the best photos. Make sure, as you're uploading new stuff to your portfolio, make sure it's making it to this Google page first, because for a lot of people, this is going to be their first view of you. Let's go back to Palmershine. Looks like, yep, he's been doing some of his own posts. You can tell he set, these are set up photos. He didn't just sloppily put these together. These are things that he curated over time. And so that's basically the basics of your Google business profile. Every 14 days, if you can, you're going to be doing new content every 14 days, and just keep making that content. A new photo or video with a new timestamp in the metadata will help get you that algorithm refresh you're looking for, whether it's on Google, Instagram, or TikTok. Last post or photo added within 14 days. I guarantee you're going to be doing plenty of content every week, so you're not going to come up short there. And I can't wait to see what you guys do with your Google page. All right, let's talk about scoring. If you got a 12 through 15, you're doing pretty good. Try to tighten up those last few spots and maybe improve some of the things you've already been doing. Anything between 8 and 12, there's some work to do. But I think you'll be able to follow along this video and use the checklist to get yourself to that tightened up spot. Lastly, if you scored below an 8, don't hesitate to reach out. But you can keep following along in the coming days and weeks and improving the pipeline, learning more. If you have never claimed your Google business page and have no idea where to start, or just want a little boost, feel free to reach out to me. We can do a compass check. I'll run through the checklist for your business with you, and we'll get you some ideas right out the gate that you can leave with and get started on. And with that, we're going to go into a few minutes of questions. We should have plenty of time. Let's see if we got anything. Okay, my site loads in 4 to 5 seconds. Is that slow enough to hurt my leads? Unfortunately, yes, just a little bit, but it is going to hurt things. Statistics show that for every second after 3 seconds, you're losing about 10% of your conversion rate. So you might be losing 20% of potential leads who aren't even seeing your headline or your call to action before backing out of the page. And it's hard to believe, but it is true. So you definitely want to aim for that 3-second mark. If you're at 5, try to get it down. I can show you some more tips as we go on with compression. Your website hosts should be able to help you with that as well and be giving you some great tips there. But yes, try to get it down below the 3-second mark. Let's see what's next. How do I make my phone number click to call on mobile? Okay. So again, if we look at the data, about half of people will give up if they have to copy and paste a phone number or type it over into their keys, right? So if it's a click to call, you're doubling potentially your incoming calls. So there's a few ways to do this, but if you do the Google business page, it's going to set it up as click to call. I can give you an embedded code. I'll go ahead and throw it in the description that you can use to wrap if you're doing your own HTML on your own website. I'm going to go ahead and throw that in the description so that if anybody clicks on it, it'll open up the call prompt on their phone. We'll go ahead and do that for you guys. That'll help clear things up. But again, so many of the services, whether it's Beacons, whether it's your email provider, GoDaddy, Jobber. They're going to integrate that for you. You're just going to make sure that the number's right and that it's working. And maybe it's just a feature you have to turn on, right? But I'll show you how to kind of bypass it if you need to get in there manually. Got a couple more. I have Google reviews, but none of them are on my website. Do I still get credit for the trust signals? Well, yes, you do, but let's dive into it a little bit more. So, Google is going to help with your SEO, but your visitors are going to be coming from all different places, right? Your TikTok videos, you don't necessarily need to be running ads over there. You're going to start small. But social media, they might not ever have seen them coming through the Google pathway, right? This is a funnel. So Google's this piece of it. You might have this TikTok piece, this Instagram piece, this walking down the street, knocking on doors piece. And so people are going to come from different places. And they might type straight into your website. They might follow a link from social media. And so you're going to want to have it both places. You're definitely going to want to have that up so that you're not just getting the digital benefit from the search benefits and the algorithm benefits. You're actually just getting that real in life person, I can see your reviews on your website benefit. Let's keep going here. But yeah, that's a great question, actually. How can I send an auto reply email without expensive software? Okay, that's great. It used to be, even an automated voicemail, an automated receptionist was expensive. Nowadays, they have AI influencer automated receptionists that are very affordable. There's tons of free. Don't even spend money because there's tons of free tools if you just want to jump in right away. Like I said, check out Jobber. Check out all the links. I'll throw some links down here in the description for you as well today. And so you can check out some of the free tools that you can jump right in with, whether you want to do email automation, SMS, text, some combination of all of the above, social DMs. There's no reason to pay for anything expensive, and I'll give you some tools. And I think it's a great future, since this has come up a few times already, I think it's a great future video just to look at the tools, just to run through the different softwares, what their strengths and weaknesses might be, and how you can jump in right away for free. I mean, a lot of times there's a paywall eventually when you hit a certain point or a certain need or a level, but let's get you in the game and get you up and running with minimal friction for now. Let's see. If my Google business profile shows the wrong hours, does it hurt the website conversions? Absolutely. So I said name, address, phone number, but there's no harm in making sure all that. That's the stuff you just want to absolutely, you cannot be wrong on. But your hours, that's important. It's going to help funnel people your way at the right times. Maybe they're just going to get the automated reply at midnight, but maybe they are going to aim to call you in your business hours, between 9 and 5, whatever that looks like, if they expect they can talk to a real person. That's important to some people. So make sure those are up. Anything you can get on that profile up to date. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to stress about it, but just make sure the basics are in there, because that's going to propagate out in so many different ways. Whether it's people are looking for maybe somebody types into AI, what are the best landscapers in my area, right? Now you have a chance of being in that list. If you don't even claim your Google business page, they're not pulling your data, and you probably have no chance of being in that list. So let's just keep everything we can nice and tight on the Google business profile. A lot of people will tell you it's losing credibility, it's losing importance. It's not. It might eventually, but for now, it's going to be your baseline for most propagation out into the world, right? So got one more here for now. What's the difference between a thank you email and a follow-up SMS? Do I need both? Okay. Yeah, you kind of do, because some people are going to reach out via email or respond to your email campaigns or whatever that looks like. Or they're going to come on and they're going to select email as a preferred preference. That kind of tells you a lot about the customer profile already. And you're going to want to, maybe they want that information quick for reference later. Maybe they want to process. This is going to be somebody you kind of give the full package to via email, right? Email, a lot of times we're reading this with a little more intention. Sometimes we're doing it on our desktop with a bigger screen. But your email clients, they've reached out to you a certain way and requested a certain way, so you can approach it that way. Text message is a little bit more different. This is your Instagram, TikTok era client base, right? They are looking for an instant response, and there's that 5-minute idea again, right? So emails, they get open at a certain rate. Text messages tend to be twice that rate, right? So I can't tell you how many times I've reached out to a business, however, by whatever means I reached out, and I put text message as my preferred contact, and then they text me back within 5 minutes. And usually the information I need, whether it's pricing, availability, is right there in that text. They've basically sealed the deal. I'm not looking anymore, right? I'm not on Google reviews anymore. I've already kind of gotten the information I need. And if the trust is there, if I've already seen, oh, these people have five-star reviews, these people have the 3 top certifications for this industry, I'm sold. I'm done. I'm done looking. So I've been captured, right? And that's what you're going for on the SMS, right? It's that quick follow-up. Hey, we're here. Hey, we're ready. Hey, this is when you can reach us. Or if it's a very specific, once you get it, start getting it dialed in, and they're, hey, I'm looking for this specific service. Boom. This is how this service works. They're getting a little blurb, and they instantly know more, and they feel like they're ready to go forward with that next step. So I think that's all we have. I'm going to check here, give one last time for questions. I think we'll be okay, though. We got a lot covered, and it's been a good kickoff live stream. This was my very first one for Coastal Compass, and I'm just excited to be here with you guys. You might wonder, why we do this. And again, we're set up on a win-win pipeline for ourselves too. When you do well, I do well. And whether you do just the videos and you do just the online and the social interactions, that works great for me. I'm happy to help. And if you want to learn more, if you feel like maybe you're ready, maybe you're like, man, this guy's speaking my language, I want to learn more about what they have to offer, the course is here for you. You can jump right into a full over 200 modules. Everything you need to learn are 5 steps going down the line. And yeah, you can jump in today, and there's really no reason not to. But if you just want to lurk around, learn some more, hang with me, totally fine. That's what I'm here for. And I'm really looking forward to just watching your growth and sharing some of these win stories over the next coming days, months, weeks, and years. So let's get it. Happy Wednesday. Best of luck to everyone this week and this weekend, and reach out if you need anything, a compass check, or just maybe a quick question. Something today didn't make sense. Let's get it clarified for you, and I look forward to catching you guys on the next one. Thank you. Oh, almost forgot. As promised, here's the setup video. If you want to run a simple live stream like the one you saw today, it really doesn't take that much. And you can get some decent quality out of a Samsung Q2U USB mic. They might have a new one out, but this one can connect via USB or XLR, and then you got a nice little headphone output on there if you need it. You could use just that, but I'm running into the audio box USB 96 because I like to control my levels a little bit more, and you do get phantom power on that if you have a condenser mic as well. And then just a MacBook Air, M1 even, 2020. So you don't need much to get started, folks.